Sometimes the hardest place to live is between two identities. The life the world taught us we should want, and the life that quietly lives inside us. Recently, one of the posts that happened, someone left a comment that really stayed with me, and that's what this is about. It's a response to them. And so I wanted to honor them and to actually support others that may be feeling misaligned, that are being tugged and pulled. And that is the key. You see, the person said they feel like they are falling behind in life. However, it is not because they aren't trying, it's not because they lack effort, but because their energy feels split between what the outside world says success should look like and what they actually feel inside. Can you relate to that? Just take a second and breathe on that. So, first, I want to tell them thank you for sharing that so honestly. What they wrote makes a lot of sense. And that's what this response is about, but it's for others as well because they're not alone. So, right now, in most people's lives, they're feeling this. Many people experience exactly what they described, the tension between the life the outside world taught us to pursue and the life that actually lives inside us. When those two things don't match, it feels like we're standing in two different places at the same time. The split drains our energy, and what we're describing has a name, y'all. It's what I often called identity tension. It's a place where the person we have been taught to be and no longer matches the person we are becoming. One of the most important things I noticed in your comment is something you may not even realize you said. You said that each time the circle comes around again, you let something go and your life fits you a little more. That is so powerful. That is not failure. That is growth happening in real time. See, transformation rarely happens all at once. It usually happens exactly the way they are describing it, slowly, honestly, in layers. Another powerful insight you shared is that the hardest part isn't wanting something different. The hardest part for you is translating what you feel inside into a life you can actually live and support yourself with. And I just want to pause. Do y'all hear that? That is the very real challenge, and it takes patience and clarity to work through. When life feels overwhelming like that, the goal isn't to redesign everything all at once. The real shift is learning how to move your life from one degree to the next. As a faith believer, I say from going from glory to glory, but yours is going from one degree closer to who you truly are. And sometimes the best way to begin is by changing the question we ask ourselves. In the neural space, I would call this reframing the question. So let's go to the question, right? How do I build the perfect life right now? That's what most people are asking. And that puts pressure on you, right? It causes it to be a place of a response and how can you do it. The more helpful question might be, what is one small adjustment that you can make right now in your life to feel a little bit more like you? I'm going to say it again. What is the one small adjustment that you can make in your life right now that would allow your life to feel a little bit more like you? Just one. Those small adjustments compound over time. I also want to affirm something else you said. You said real growth does not happen in a week. Can we say amen? Real growth. People act like it does, but it doesn't. Real growth doesn't happen like that. Anyone who says that usually skips over the years of quiet work that have happened before. The fact that you are reflecting and saying this so deeply already tells me something important. You are, first of all, paying attention to your life. And that awareness is not falling behind. In many ways, it's the beginning of alignment. So keep listening to that inner voice inside you. It often speaks more slowly than the outside world, but it usually leads you somewhere much more honest. And if you've ever felt this, the same tension in your life, know that you're not alone. Sometimes what feels like falling behind is actually the beginning of becoming yourself. The key with this is before before transformation happens and as it happens, doing self-assessments and being self-aware becomes your power, becomes the way you can move forward. So, thank you for those who have joined me. Before we close, I want to ask everybody something. Have you ever felt the tension between the life you were taught to pursue and the life that feels true to who you are? If you're comfortable in sharing, tell me in the comments below. See, your story, just like this person's story, really could really make a difference in somebody else's life. It might help someone realize they're not walking this path alone. And if this conversation was helpful, please subscribe, share, and comment. It will make a difference to someone else and also allow us for other people to see this, because there's so many people that need to hear this today. So listen, it is always a pleasure to be here with you. And Legally Blonde, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Morning. I'm going to make sure I connect with you. And yeah, Money Mama. I love it. And don't forget, as I do this, don't forget Friday, we're having a session on building wealth without betraying yourself. Have a great day, y'all. See you Friday.